Okay. Welcome everybody to Community Cooking with the Co-op. I'm Paul Addis. I'm a librarian. Hey, Suzanne, at the Coos Bay Public Library. And with us tonight at the Co-op, we have Tim Bolster, their outreach coordinator. There he is. Hey, Tim. Behind the camera, we have Alan Bartle, our cameraman. And we also cooking the black bean burger tonight. We have Little Plant Food Truck, which is Alex, Saya, and Paul there waving at you. And if you were here last month, you know they make some pretty good stuff. Somebody asked on the chat, how many patties will this make, Alex?
Well, this is for 4 servings. So 4 patties.
So about 4 patties. Good question.
Yeah, nice and minimal. But yeah, we're going to, as for me, when I'm cameras, she's keeping me on track to look at the camera.
Thanks, Saya. We appreciate that. I knew she was going to come in handy. And just before you take over, Alex, I just want to let everybody know if you have questions, you can put them in chat and I'll feed them to the cooks, or you can just respectfully unmute and ask your questions, but try not to unmute over and over again because it takes away from the speaker, which is the cooks. All right, Little Plant Food Truck, it's all yours. Oh, and I just wanted to let everybody know, if you want food from Little Plant Food Truck, currently they are at the Coos Head Food Co-op on 2nd and Coos Bay on Thursdays and Fridays. Take it away, Little Plant.
No, right here.
All right. Okay. All right. You guys are on now.
Right. Oh, we're on. Okay.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah.
Hi. Thank you, guys.
One question before you get started, Alex. Somebody asked, is this a house special recipe? And is the spice combo your design?
Okay. It is from How Not to Die by Dr. Michael Greger. I'm not sure if anybody's familiar with him, but he is a vegan plant-based whole food.
Cool.
Yes. And so
one other question, if you use regular oats, can't you add an egg so it all forms together?
I believe that the flaxseed meal, the beans, the oats, all that together is what's becoming the binder.
Oh,
for the
question,
patty.
Jennifer.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not sure about the egg because this is a vegan plant-based whole food patty. So I don't know how it would come in. Yeah. So I apologize. Yeah. But
I guess if you wanted to un-vegan the recipe. Thanks, Alex.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Where do we begin?
Right. Oh, okay. Perfect. All right. So, yes, let's see. I'll let you know, sweetheart. Let me see. Mom's thinking. So let's, what's asking us is to pulse the oats, the walnuts, and the fresh or powdered turmeric, whichever you decided to use, in the food processor to grind together. Because what we're essentially trying to do is turn the walnuts into ground, and also the oats, so that it becomes that binding agent, and then the walnuts, that crunchiness or that meaty texture. That's what the walnuts is for.
And if we don't have a food processor, how should we manage those?
Okay. Oh, maybe with a cutting board and a knife. And okay. I'll try to do that right now, see if that will, work for me.
Okay.
I'm used to cutting the walnuts, but not the oats. So I'm gonna try that right now and see.
Awesome. Thanks, Alex. Because I'm guessing some people might not have a food processor.
Do you want the
sorry, what was the question?
I was asking how people can handle those without a food processor.
Oh,
I think, Paul, somebody else had a question.
Oh.
Are you gonna put that?
They asked it out loud. Whoever that was, you can repeat it now if you want.
Oh, yes, please. Yeah, if you have a question, feel free to unmute. Oh, somebody asked, does the turmeric need to be peeled?
That was the question.
Preferably.
Preferably,
yeah.
Yes.
I think the recipe called for just dried turmeric, I believe. So I don't think
it says fresh turmeric.
Oh, it does.
It says or 1/4 teaspoon of ground.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely preference.
Yeah, Jennifer said it said fresh.
Or ground. Yeah,
right.
Either one works.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So Alex has a pile of oats, and she's just kind of working it with the knife right now. I think getting it as small and finely chopped as she can. So if you don't have a food processor, we're kind of doing that process right now.
Also, if you have a coffee grinder, not sure, that might work. Maybe the blender will work too if you have a high-speed blender.
Mhm.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
So, in the food processor right now, we put the turmeric, the oats, and the walnuts, correct?
Correct.
Yeah,
And then
Okay.
just, yeah, go ahead and just pulse it until it becomes like a almost flour based, like a coarse flour.
did you get that, Jamie? It's the turmeric. Good. Thanks.
and I think
You have
we'll
the
do
same
that part
question.
too. So we're kind of doing it two ways right now. First, we're doing it without the food processor, and then in a moment, we'll do it with the food processor. So if you want to wait a second and see us do it that way
All right.
too, you can.
Sure.
So
Thanks, Jeff.
here's how I did it with just by hand with the knife.
It's looking pretty powdery. It's looking pretty fine.
So it doesn't have to, oh, there we go. Thank you. It doesn't have to be extremely powder, but just enough to where it's gonna get wet and create the binding agent with the beans and the tahini or almond butter. So just enough.
Cool.
least.
Just chop it up a little.
And then essentially the same thing you're doing with the walnuts.
Excellent. Thank you.
The walnut you also want chopped as fine as you can.
As you can, right.
Yeah. And it probably won't be perfect, and that's just the way it'll be, but we'll make it work, I think.
Yeah, you're,
I'm sorry, we were pulsing, so we didn't hear what you said after pulsing.
So right now, we're walking you through, if you don't have a food processor, we're still walking you through how to chop everything up. But in a moment here, we're gonna do the food processor part. So you're a little bit ahead of us, actually, so.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Good job on that. And Maxine had said she has an ingredient list, but no instructions. That's correct. Nobody has instructions. So just follow along, Maxine. You're good.
Yeah, we're your instructions. We got.
Yes.
oh, gotcha. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, we're moving to the food processor.
All right.
Follow along.
Saya's gonna go ahead and just start pouring everything in there.
That's a cup
Awesome.
of
Yeah.
oats, right?
Oats, yeah.
So a cup of oats.
You're gonna go it with 2 cups.
Yeah, that's just enough. To just as we're doing one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
People at home should do 1 cup, Alex.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, I'm just gonna follow the recipe as it is. But yeah, sorry, it's all clear. If you see me pour more, it's because I have a crew to feed.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
but
Just
it's
listen to what she tells you to use, but ignore if you see her putting more in the.
right.
Thanks, Alex.
Do as she says, not what she does.
Yes.
Okay, how
Follow
many
the leader.
walnuts?
And then half a cup of walnut.
Half a cup of walnuts.
Put some bean juice in there. Yeah, pretty much.
So half a cup of walnuts, whether you're putting them in the food processor or chopping them up.
Perfect.
Perfect, there we go.
Good job, Saya.
And then what is it, turmeric?
Yes, and I believe,
I got
yeah,
the dried turmeric.
perfect. And then Tim got us the dry turmeric. Thank you, Tim, once again for labeling everything. We appreciate it.
I'm more careful with labeling things here than I am at home. I'll get home and with all these spices and realize I don't remember what any of them is.
Now we're doing 1/4 teaspoon of the ground turmeric. I'm using ground turmeric.
Now, does anybody have fresh turmeric? Oh, maybe not. So I think we're good.
Oh.
Okay, is it a similar amount if it's fresh?
If it's fresh, it says 1 1/4 inch.
Okay,
I
Yeah.
have fresh turmeric,
Okay, 1 1/4 inch, Jennifer.
and that goes in the food processor, right?
Yes. If
Correct.
you would like to chop it ahead of time, maybe just a little bit.
I did, and then I put it in the food processor with the
Oh.
oats and the walnuts. I'm good?
Wonderful.
Perfect.
Thank you so much. Wonderful.
You're on track.
folks know what they're doing today.
Yes. Appreciate that.
And Saya's gonna go ahead and grind just with this one.
Good job, Saya.
Nice and nice.
Perfect. There we go.
Nice. Powdery, it almost looks like nutritional yeast.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
It looks like nutritional yeast. Yeah.
Cool.
That's
We're
good.
gonna leave that there for now, it looks
Yes.
like.
And now we're going to start adding our other ingredients. I'm not sure if you guys, have it ahead of time, but we need half a cup of red onion chopped. So I'm going to cut half of this whole onion, and that should essentially be what I need.
Excellent. And somebody asked, did you say seasoned rice vinegar works instead of oil?
I think maybe they're thinking of the.
Rice wine?
Yes, yeah, this is rice cooking wine. Right.
That's for down the road, right?
Right. But the masala cooking wine, so any cooking wine will do if you have that at home. So it's either water, broth, or cooking wine, or rice cooking wine. Any. I'm not sure.
Yes, Julia, you're right. It's mirin.
Right.
Yeah, and if you don't have the rice wine or the mirin, Alex will tell you what else you can use. I think you could use water from your kitchen or something, right?
Can you use regular wine?
I don't know if you should pour your red wine in there, Joanne. That
It
could
might
change
take away
things.
the alcohol content.
And all that stuff we're talking about right now, we don't need at this moment, right?
Right.
Later on. in the
And
cooking process.
and that's only, I'm sorry, that's only to, I have onions and mushrooms to caramelize them. So to show you the process of doing that. But if you pick something else like lettuce and tomato, cucumbers, or pickles for your burger, then you can stick to that. I just wanted to show you, to demonstrate a way to deglaze and cook mushrooms and saute them differently than with oil or butter.
Awesome. Thank you.
So essentially, that was the only purpose here.
Cool.
But the half of the onion is going into the food processor.
Yes.
Okay.
We're still chopping ours, so we'll chop
Thank you
ours.
so much.
Julia, you'll use the mirin, not oil, but it'll be later. We haven't got there yet.
Yes. Another thing, once you add everything in the food processor, and when you're pinching it, if it doesn't stick together, feel free to add a little bit more water or vegetable broth, some miso paste with water, anything that will be, anything liquid that you wouldn't mind having in your patty. You can add herbs if you want to as well. I mean, whatever you might have at home that you might want in there.
Cool.
For us, when I do my homemade patties for the food truck, I do sweet potato, I do black beans and rice, brown rice instead of walnuts.
Ooh.
So you can play with a lot of things to use as a binder or to make a really good protein-packed patty. per se.
Awesome.
So if we don't have a food processor, we want to, I assume, chop the onion as finely as we can,
Right.
small.
Thank you.
Yeah. So folks who don't have a food processor, just chop half of that red onion as fine as you can.
So the onion goes in with in the food processor with the other ingredients already?
Yeah,
Is that right? Okay.
Correct. Thanks, Joanne.
Oh, I'm sorry if I start crying. I cut the onion. Ooh.
all right, the onion's going in.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. Make sure you open your food processor or your bowl.
All right.
On to some mushrooms next.
Yeah.
All right, mushrooms are next.
All
It's
right.
not-
Mushroom time.
Food processor,
Yeah, we're going
at
to,
least not yet. I'm sure it's okay if you did, but
sorry.
our onions are just in the food processor. It's an emotional day here.
Don't touch your face, Saya. Don't touch your eye. Because you were touching the onions. You don't want to touch your face.
Rinse your hands.
Otherwise it'll burn.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Rinse your hands real quick.
Yeah. What you might want to wash them. Good idea.
All
We've
right.
been here in community cooking before. We've had kids crying from onions. It's no
right.
big deal. We've all done it, right?
Thank you, Paul.
Of course.
Now we're adding 1/3 cup of mushrooms. So I'm gonna chop it fast here.
So chopping 1/3 cup of mushrooms, which is, I assume, gonna get added into the food processor too.
Right, yes, yeah, this is the
Okay.
next ingredient we're gonna add in there.
So we're chopping them up before the food processor. If you don't have a food processor, same thing. You want to No, very small.
So Alex, somebody asked why you're cutting the mushrooms before putting them in the processor.
Maybe to pulse it less. Yeah, I'm so used to always mise en place. I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly, having, everything ready. And so it registers in my mind since culinary school that to have everything chopped and ready. But right now also I'm showing you to be able to chop it finely in case you don't have a food processor.
Oh, right, right.
Hey, I have a question. I thought we were going to caramelize the onions and the mushrooms.
Yes, I have extra mushrooms for when for that.
Extra mushrooms. Okay, thanks.
Thank
But
you.
again, that's an optional step that Alex and Paul are choosing to do for their topping.
Right.
And if you have something else you want to put as a topping, you don't have to caramelize mushrooms and onions. That'll be like down the road. We'll get to that part, but that's kind of optional.
Cool. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah.
Right. So there's the mushrooms minced. Minced. That's what pretty much you want. If you don't have a food processor, this will work. The minced.
So, yeah,
Oh, thank you.
Oh, there we go. Thanks, Alex. Yeah. So if you don't have a food processor, just mince your mushrooms.
Right. So
Otherwise, like it could have just been thrown in the food processor, right?
right. Give it a chop. I just like chopping,
Away.
but I promise I'm gonna try not to take long.
No worries. You like mushrooms, Saya?
Really?
Not
Just Just getting there.
really. Me too. I'm just starting to eat them myself.
You should go ahead and throw that in there.
All
Thank
right, the
you.
mushrooms are going in the food processor.
All right.
Perfect. Yes.
Finally making it in.
So now we're doing the beans. And if you have canned beans or even homemade, you can rinse them if you like, preference. 1.5 cups of cooked beans.
All right.
Oh, it's not. Yeah. Thank
We
you.
have a
And I'm
can.
assuming you got a can of cooked beans.
We do. We have
Okay, I just want to make sure. And if everybody cooking along should be preheating their ovens at 375. I just want to make sure everybody's preheating.
And that whole can, Alex, is gonna go in the food processor, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So about a can's worth of black beans is going in the processor.
All right. And you just drain those, right, Paul?
Correct, yes.
All
Yeah.
right.
Just dump them. There we go. Good job, baby.
That's probably gonna be a good binder too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And if you want to use that water or just put a little bit of water in there, but test it out, see how, you just want to make sure that it's like a masa if you've made tortillas or let's see.
Something you
if
can
you-
form into a patty.
Yeah, what you want is for it to be pliable,
Cool.
to stick together and be pliable to whatever
Nice.
form you choose to put it in. Thank you.
Is there anything else going in or are we about to pulse?
Now we're gonna do the tahini and flaxseed meal and then we'll pulse. Thank you.
Alright.
So now it's tahini or almond butter if that's what you chose.
All right.
And
How much of the tahini was it?
it's 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
Can I do this in 2 halves? My food processor is like so full it won't even blend up the mushrooms.
Oh, really? Oh,
It's
Yeah.
small. I'm sorry.
No, I don't see why not.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
definitely.
Cut
I'll
it.
just dump it in a bowl and do half.
If
and
you
half.
have a bowl, there you go, and separate things.
Cool.
There you go.
And after you put your tahini or almond butter, then it's 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed. If you don't have a grinder or a coffee grinder, or anything that would help you grind the flaxseed to a meal, then we can try chopping it. I never tried it, but I'm sure that back in the days we didn't have food processors. So let's attempt.
Possibly. It
Because
already.
the recipe called for flaxseed meal, but we realized some people might have flaxseed. So if you have flaxseed meal, I think you're all set, right? You don't need to have to
Right.
chop that up.
Oh,
but
okay.
all you have is flax seeds, maybe from our bulk section or something, we'll try and chop that up. Yeah, although I wonder, if they have a food processor, would that do the job?
It will, it won't do it completely,
Yeah.
but for the most part.
So they might be good
Yeah.
if they're using a food processor. If no food processor, we're gonna try and chop flaxseed, which will be an interesting experiment.
Yes. Hey, we're up for the challenge.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So I'm just going to look for my flaxseed. I apologize.
Oh, it's in, it's right.
Oh, it's-
Coffee grinder would work too, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, 2 of these makes it.
So we need how much?
We need 1 tablespoon
1 tablespoon of flax
flaxseed
meal.
meal. I'm going to try to.
But we're using flaxseed because we're up for the challenge here, so we're
Right.
trying to chop it up.
Indeed.
We can do it.
Right. Excuse me for my mess, ladies and gentlemen.
No problem.
Oh, I hear crunching sounds, which is a good thing.
Yeah. Something's cutting. Yeah, looks like that's working.
We're pushing Alex's culinary abilities, getting experimental.
Right.
Nice. Now you'll be prepared if your food processor dies.
Hey. She won't
I didn't
pay
say
much.
that. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll be okay. Solar ovens, knives, okay, if there's a
Yeah.
black, no more power,
Yeah.
come right over, we got it.
Awesome. Just visit Little Plant Food Truck. And while she's cutting that, Tim and I are always looking for cooks for this program. So if anybody's interested in cooking for Community Cooking with the Co-op, please reach out. You all have my email in your Zoom confirmations. And it's just paddis@coosbaylibrary.org.
Yeah, you don't need to be a professional cook at all. If you have a couple recipes you love to make, they tend to be vegan. That's kind of what we hope to find. So if you have some favorite recipes, give us an email.
And fairly easy and healthy helps.
Yeah.
Right.
Reasonably priced.
Yes. And reasonably priced helps too.
Let's
Yeah.
see. So, does everybody have flaxseed meal by any chance? Or is there someone that has only the flaxseed,
I saw a lot of nods for flaxseed meal. I think we're good.
but no flaxseed?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
oh, Julia said me, so she might have just the flaxseed.
Okay.
Were you able to cut it up, Julia? Julia, were you able to cut it up like Alex?
And just a quick question, thinking ahead, because some
You're
people
just
might,
using it as is. Okay.
is whether it's flaxseed meal or chopped up flax seeds, is that gonna go in food processor too with everything?
Yes.
It is, yeah, okay, cool.
Okay.
So whatever amount the recipe calls for, we're putting it in right now.
Yeah, and we're gonna do it as a flaxseed. We'll see what happens.
Semi-chopped flaxseed, that's what's going in our
Right.
processor.
All right.
All right, now Sida's gonna go ahead
Pulls it up.
and pulse.
All right.
Hey, now.
And so everybody that doesn't have a food processor, you just be mixing this in a bowl probably, right?
Yeah, good point, yes.
And Maxine said hemp seed is suggested sub for ground flaxseed.
Hemp seed. So brown flaxseed.
I'd say give it a shot, but I don't know if.
Yeah,
I think it would probably
Yeah.
be good. I have hemp seeds on my salad every night, and it's not too strong of a flavor, maybe just a little bit of a nutty flavor. I think that might work, and it would be easier to grind and or cut than flaxseed.
Yeah,
It's much
Yeah.
softer. As long as you have shelled hemp seeds.
Is
Make
the,
that distinction.
that acts as a binder, and does hemp seed do that equivalently?
Not sure. I mean, flaxseed acts as a binder and
Right.
it tends to, once it gets wet, it acts as a sticky
Right.
agent.
flaxseed is kind of our binder.
Yeah,
Flaxseed is a binder, well, hemp seed does the same, although it's a good flavor profile to add in.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah, what I'd say. Another thing like hemp seed is chia. But you
I
have
thought
to kind of
about
like
chia,
soak
too.
it overnight usually to get it.
So
it is.
how should people be determining if they need more liquid?
So let's see, at this point, it's not really doing much of a movement, the food processor. And well, when I tried this at home, I just threw everything in there, let it process a little bit, and then I just pour a little bit of water at a time until I got the consistency I wanted. But I ended up pouring it in a bowl to mix by hands and test it out.
Yeah.
And
So somebody had a
someone had-
related, somebody said something related. They said, man, this is thick. How to loosen.
Right, okay, yeah, so someone that was cooking, they said that we're gonna take half of it off and try to, so if you wanna take half of it off, that you can add a little bit of water or broth to help the food processor move.
But for those that have a food processor that's big enough, they can just add some water.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
We
you.
want it, I assume, kind of becoming like pasty,
And-
but we want
Yeah,
it.
it's really sticky. I've had to divide it into like thirds, maybe fourths, because the food processor can't grind it.
Right,
All right,
perhaps I can email Dr. Greger and ask him to revise the recipe as well.
yeah. We'll sign a petition.
Yes.
It's just, my food processor's too small, that's why.
Yeah. So I assume, are we gonna start adding some water to it, or what's our next step?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and let's see, I'm gonna add the rest of the ingredients and then add some water, a tablespoon at a time.
Okay.
So ours is still looking kind of like dry, it's not really sticky yet. But we're not adding the water yet, we're gonna
Yes,
add a
yes.
few more ingredients.
So I'm gonna add the 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast.
Tablespoon of nutritional yeast, sounds good.
All right. Oh,
There's
thanks, Alan.
you can see it still looks pretty separated, and
Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
we'll get it there.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Mommy, do it real quick.
So you're adding the nutritional yeast into the food processor.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to still deal with the food processor, so I'm not watching.
It's
No,
okay.
yeah, thank you.
So I'm gonna put the nutritional yeast, it's a tablespoon.
Tablespoon of nutritional yeast going into the food processor.
Oh, there's 1 tablespoon of chopped fresh parsley.
Oh, I got dried parsley.
Oh, did you? Thank you, thank you. So,
Parsley might be next.
yes, we have 1 tablespoon of chopped fresh parsley or dried parsley, if that's what you have. Or any herb for that matter, your favorite herb, why not?
Cool.
It's just his preference, but if you're into rosemary, chop it up finely with a knife and throw it in there.
Oh, cool.
Some
Yeah.
cilantro, yes, just even mint, why not? And your preference.
Cool.
How this we say?
It's 1 tablespoon.
1 tablespoon. Cool.
1 tablespoon, whether it's fresh or dried, Alex.
Right, whether it's fresh or
Cool.
dry.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now let's see, 2 teaspoons of white miso paste.
Okay.
And miso paste is being used as pretty much like the salt content of your patty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't have some of this and you have soy sauce or amino, I always, the same amount I would put in there, and it could be used as a liquid too, so.
Cool. Julia asked, can you taste the difference, fresh or not parsley? I would think maybe.
Yes, definitely. You can taste the freshness of the herb.
Yeah, I would think so. But if you don't have fresh, I would just use the dried because you'll still get some parsley flavor in there.
Right. Yes. Oh, thank you so much, Tim.
Fresh spoon for you, so the
Fresh
miso.
seeds. Thank you.
Miso is going in.
And 2 teaspoons. Ready, Sam?
We're packing this food processor.
Yeah, we are.
We are.
These burgers are gonna be hearty. So,
Definitely.
There you go.
miso's in.
Yeah, I had somebody emailed me after they got the ingredient list. They were surprised how many ingredients are like, they named how many ingredients are like in a burger. I'm like, it's a special burger.
Indeed. Onion powder. Okay, now we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of onion powder.
1 teaspoon onion powder.
So if people are moving quick, at this point, are we pretty much going down the line of spices
Yes,
and the savory spice blend?
yes, so has anybody made the savory spice blend ahead of time? No, not everybody, okay. So
Maxine did. I think Maxine and Suzanne might have. Oh, so did Angie. Yeah, a number of people made it ahead.
I was just gonna throw all the spices in there.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
That'll
a
work.
small amount,
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
No, that's perfectly fine.
That'll work.
The ingredients to make the savory spice blend is so that you make a lot of it, and then you can use that on anything that you're eating. It provides the spices and herbs and seasonings that you would need for, it's supposed to be your healthy salt content and flavor for any dish. So if you do make a lot of it, feel free to use it in anything you want, in
Nice.
soup, in any dishes. So
And if y'all tasted the shawarma bowl last month and the sauce that went with it, I think the flavor here is going to be awesome.
you have
Is the savory spice mix is going into the burger patties or just going to be on top of it at some point?
the spice blend is going in our food processor right now.
So I need to make up the spice blend because there's the list of ingredients in the patties and then there's the spice blend.
Yeah, so,
Right.
or you can just one spice at a time, add it into your food processor. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Jamie can just throw all those spices in the food processor, right?
Yep.
page 4.
Yeah, so you don't need to have made it ahead of time. You know, we're just adding it all into the food processor one by one right now.
Yep.
Okay, but so then that's 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, not 1 and then 2, how it's separated out?
Yeah, because it says 3 tablespoons, but if you look at the spice blend, there's like a big quantity of nutritional yeast in the spice blend, but you're only using a teaspoon. So just use like a
Yeah.
pinch of it extra.
You're just using 1 teaspoon of the spice. I'm sorry, got it now.
Wait, let's let Alex answer if we could. Hold on.
Yeah, so if you've made your savory spice blend, then you just need 1 teaspoon of that in your burger mix. Yeah.
Save the rest for other things.
Yeah, and save the rest for other things. So it's just a combination of those spices. And essentially, if you haven't made it yet, and perhaps it will be out of the way, just add half a teaspoon of each into your burger if you want. Otherwise, use your favorite seasonings and just put them in there.
Does that make sense, Jamie? Okay, thank you.
Thumbs up.
Okay, perfect. And then some paprika. All right.
I know
so-
I would be confused as well with this many ingredients.
Yeah. All right, so to speed up process, I'll go ahead and just add the rest of the spices by.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. All right. If you do want to add the thyme or thyme?
I would say time.
Thyme.
Fine.
Yeah, so with any dried herb, I like to grind it in my coffee or spice and nut grinder. So if you don't have to, but if you like to, that's one thing I enjoy doing, just having all my spices powder form.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially you can add, I mean, I was hoping that you guys would enjoy this different kind of flavoring.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
We're just taking our time, adding our spices in.
All right. Julia said, thank you, we do. Thanks, Julia. Yeah, she said it's worth the time. I agree, Julia.
Thank you, everybody, for your patience. We appreciate it.
As Julia said, it's worth it.
Yeah,
Well, thank you for that. Thank you.
they're working just as hard in their kitchen, sure.
Yep. If not harder.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling Alex has done this before.
Every week, I make my homemade patties.
Nice.
I guess maybe I should have done that, huh? They're much easier. I apologize.
Oh, it's fine.
I'm gonna go ahead and add a cup of, I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons to my mixture. Just by looking at it, it's pretty dry. So I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of water if you have broth or your miso.
All right.
Ours needs some more liquid, we think, so we're adding some water in.
All right. So if you think it needs some liquid, maybe add like about 3 tablespoons. Blend it up.
What should the consistency be of the burgers?
Good question.
Hope you describe the consistency. How should it be already?
If you can pinch it with your fingers or make a bowl with your hands and it stays, that's what you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good question.
What do you do if it's a little bit looser than that?
Just keep adding more water, a tablespoon at a time, until it starts binding.
If it's looser, you add more water?
Yeah.
I think she means
Yeah.
like
Is it too watery?
Oh, you mean too much liquid?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
a little bit watery. That's what I'm talking about.
oh, we thought you meant dry loose. So she's saying, what if it's too wet, Alex?
Then you can add some oat flour, and that will. You can start adding a little bit at a time until you get the consistency that you might want for it.
Okay.
Yeah. I make falafels with it's essentially kind of the same thing with chickpeas and oats. And
Mhm.
so you just playing with the measurement, just playing with it until you get that consistency.
So we put ours, we're transferring it to a bowl now.
Yeah.
Is that because the consistency we want, or are you gonna start working it in the bowl?
So where the wet part of the mixture is in the bottom, and it won't mix thoroughly because it's not wet enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour everything in a bowl so I can mix it by hand.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess if your food processor doesn't seem like it's doing its job quite as well as it could, it might be better to start going by hand at this point,
Right.
and maybe still adding some water. If
If it's, yes, yeah.
Okay.
But you might want to mix it first because sometimes it's hiding in there, you know,
Ours is looking pretty malleable now, though, I think. I bet it's
Right,
pretty
yeah.
close.
All right.
So if you guys have already mixed this, thank you, Paul. Let's see. If you have reached the consistency that you want on your patties, if not, you can let me know and I can help you see what we can do to make it the consistency. So you can divide your mixture into 4 portions to make 4 bowls. And I have this gadget here that helps me make patties perfectly. It's pretty nice. But if you don't have this, I have a book that's called Women Warrior, and it's a vegan plant-based book. So what she does, she pours her mixture in like a 1 cup or 3/4 cup, depending how big you want your patty. She packs it up with the mixture, and then she smacks it on the cutting board until it comes out.
Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. And then with a spatula, maybe a non-stick, press it down a little bit and there's your patty.
oh, nice.
Yeah, you can
That makes
also do
sense.
it by hand, wet your hands a little bit, and by hand, you can try to make a patty.
Okay.
So there's a lot of alternatives, different alternatives.
And
Great.
all unique.
Right.
Wonderful.
They don't have to be perfect.
Alan, can we see the mixture?
Yeah, coming up.
Thank you, sir.
There you go. How's that?
Good, thanks.
So yeah, it's starting to look. It's sticking together a little bit. I bet if we took a ball, we could easily make, a ball of this mixture in our hand, no problem. So we're getting there. In fact,
Jennifer said hers is more wet.
and like Alex said, you might want to add some more oats or oat flour. Or I wonder if a different kind of flour might work just to kind of soak up that liquid.
But they're hot. But you put the patties in there.
Go. Saya is hard at work here.
Yes, good job, Saya.
Take some
Work that
strength.
mixture.
Yeah. And so if your mixture's all good, I think you can start making your patties, and we're gonna put them in the oven, right?
Right.
So if you have a baking sheet, I
Okay.
suppose.
You put, like foil on the baking pan or spray it with something?
Yes, if you have parchment paper, if you want to put parchment paper on your baking pan.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Anything to keep it from sticking, I think.
And what if folks didn't have parchment paper, Alex?
I'm sorry?
What if they didn't have parchment paper at home?
There's also the silicone mats. And if you don't have either, hopefully your pan is non-stick. Or I'm sure it will work just fine any pan, and just have a nice handy spatula that will get underneath and to be able to flip it.
Yeah, you just might have to clean your pan more at the end.
I think that's pretty, there we
All
go.
right.
Yeah, so as you can see, this is my mixture here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's almost like cookie dough.
yeah.
Yeah, oatmeal cookies
Yeah.
with black beans.
Savory cookies.
Savory cookies, right.
Yeah, so I can form anything, any shape I want. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Alan.
cool. All right.
So that's perfect consistency right there.
I want to see that patty maker contraption.
Right. Perfect.
Let's see how that works.
All right.
All right.
But if you don't have that special device, just make 4 patties.
Make 4 patties.
Julie wanted to know if she needs any oil on the paper for the patties. Probably not, right?
No, yeah, you won't need any oil.
No oil. Good question.
So let's see. I'm excited to use this. I got it as a gift, and I was very thankful for it because I have to make a lot of patties for the food truck. So this cuts my time in half.
I bet.
The only thing is that when you make vegan patties, they're sticky, just as you saw, and they don't come out. So I had to make rounds of parchment paper in order for them to come out. In case you ever find one of these and you want to use it, make sure that parchment paper is between the.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Patty that sticks in there.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Because you're cooking without oil.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything
Yeah.
you do without oil.
Can I give you
so-
the amount? We have to measure that. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna use not sure to use a cup or no, we're gonna use with the amount in there. We're gonna use the half a cup measuring just to have a measurement of what I want in there.
That's very good.
I have to smack it.
Thank you all for your patience. Scoop it out.
Oh, yeah.
I think she needs a little help there.
Okay, Alex, I have a question for you.
Yes.
If your dough is a little bit wet, if you put it in the refrigerator for a few minutes, will that thicken it up?
Yes, it will
Okay.
help.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
And I'm sorry, I didn't mention that in his book. He says to put it in the fridge for 30 minutes, but at home I didn't do that. I skipped it and I made them and they worked perfectly fine. So that's why I skipped it, because I didn't want to give you guys, what do we do
For
while
30
they're in the
minutes. Yeah.
30
of course.
minutes? So
The rock paper.
Appreciate that.
Scissors, Spock.
think we need to write to this guy. Hey, we found a few flaws in your recipe.
I think so.
Julia said with wet hands, each patty works great.
Yes.
Nice.
Mhm.
So you might want to wet your hands to make those patties.
I mean, you're more than welcome to use a little bit of oil, but you don't have to. The water will work just fine.
So if people have 4 patties ready to go and they're on the
Thank you,
thing,
Tim.
they could probably put it right in the oven.
Yes, you can put it in the oven for, excuse me, Paul. It says about 25 minutes. And to turn it in between 25 minutes, what you want it is to be a little golden brown and hot.
25 minutes halfway through flip.
Right.
And people can kind of use their judgment too. If it looks
Exactly.
done, if it looks crispy and tasty, they go for it.
But they should probably cook them for about 12 or 13 minutes before they flip them.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
And at that point, that's kind of our last step, right?
Right.
Once those are cooked, you take them out and you build your burger.
you,
however
yeah,
you
you
want to
assemble
do
it,
that.
whatever they decided to
Yeah.
use as their toppings.
Although I think Alex is going to give us a caramelized onion tutorial.
Yeah.
that
All
people can
right.
stick for.
Me too.
Awesome.
There you go. I put the parchment on top, and then we create pressure until we see that patties have been formed quick enough. That's perfect, Saya. Sorry, it has to be a little even, and it's kind of hard. Perfect. Good job, baby. Let's see. There you go. So this is very nice. It comes out,
Oh, cool.
or you can see it on this side.
Yeah, yeah. Nice.
Right. Look at that.
I can see how that saves you some time and energy.
Right. So. Oh,
What's your method for cutting those perfect parchment paper circles?
well, what I
Do you
did
have a
is,
template you use?
I just made it by putting this and making the
Okay.
circle with a pen. Yeah.
Alex, does that device have a name?
Patty
I think it's called a burger press.
Oh, burger
Oh,
press.
Yeah.
Burger Press.
Yeah.
Thank you. Somebody was wondering.
Gosh, I gotta go over there. I'm gonna go put him on my pan,
All right.
and then I'm gonna grab some parchment paper.
Julia asked, does it work frozen?
The patties? Well, I don't see why not. They might take a little longer, but in the temperature might have to be at 350 instead of 375.
So you could freeze the mix and then could you freeze the mix, thaw it, and make it later?
Yes, that too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely.
I
Yes.
bet you want to
Excellent.
make your patties first.
Yeah.
maybe. Freeze the patties, as opposed to just a mixture.
Yeah, you might want to just freeze the patties. I think that would be a better idea.
Was that what the question was in regards to like leftovers, putting the patties in the freezer? Is that what that was intended
So.
for?
Yeah.
Okay.
And put parchment paper in between them,
Right,
because
yeah.
you'll never get.
Yeah, so they don't stick. Good idea.
Let's see.
And then Julia asked, she said, roll in, disc, and cut. I'm not sure what that means. You can unmute if you want, Julia.
Oh, yeah, roll it out and then cut it out. Is that what you mean, like cookie cutter?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's another good idea.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
totally.
even consistency between the patties, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome.
Our patties are going in the oven.
Cool. She said, like a jelly roll dough. Yeah.
If you want, Alex, once those go in, I can keep making patties if you want. If you want to start the onion caramelized.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Okay, perfect.
So I can keep doing patties if
There
you
we go.
want. Patties are looking good.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
see
we
that?
want- Alex, can we see him?
You wanna put 'em right
Really
around?
nice.
Oh, please.
Oh, that's
Oh,
Yeah.
I switched to that
there
one.
you go. There you go. Thank you, Alan. Somebody said huge.
Yeah.
How big how big is the diameter?
That's a good
About
question.
5 inches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and the thickness would be about,
Like a half inch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looked like about
Thank
half
you.
inch.
it's
Five
hard to
inch,
tell.
5/8, half inch, but you know, it's also a preference thing. You can do whatever you want with your patties.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to bake like hers.
Right.
Sure,
Yes.
sure. Yeah, I'm sure if it was really thick, it would take
Take
a bit longer.
I'll keep doing this.
Thank you, Tim.
Uh-huh.
All right, well, so if everybody will finish up their patties, well, I can show you how to I make some caramelized mushrooms and onions.
All right.
Oh, I forgot my picture.
Very good.
It did.
You want to go to the truck?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Julia said she likes the mirin idea, that it's new to her.
Oh, nice. Yes. It gives it such a good flavor to the mushroom. It's really nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
But
All right.
if you guys have your patties ready, go ahead and throw them in the oven.
Just as a reminder, this part here is like a bonus. Alex is going to show how to caramelize some onions. If you have extra onions and you want to do that with her, you can. Or
And
if you-
mushrooms, right?
And mushrooms,
Mushrooms.
right?
Yeah.
If you have other condiments, you can do that instead. So no pressure with this part. It's kind of up to
Yeah.
you.
If you don't want mushrooms and onions, you could always chop up your toppings, right?
Right. So that half, the other half of onion, you can chop it up too and caramelize them if you like.
Oh yeah, yeah. There you go.
I previously had chopped this in the food truck, an onion. So I'm just gonna go ahead and chop the rest of my mushroom.
All righty. So if you're following along for this extra topping, you can chop your onions and your mushrooms.
And the onions are diced and not, right? Is that correct?
I think so.
Yes, the ones I'm gonna use.
Okay.
Yes, diced, yeah.
Can you just slice them though, if you want?
Oh, of course, yes, yes. It's your preference
Yeah,
on
I was
how
gonna
you
say it's
want,
probably a preference thing.
definitely. Yeah, for both but the mushrooms, we are gonna slice it.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Tim.
Mhm.
And then
Oh, I can
those are
stop.
the-
Yeah.
Oh, no, this goes, yes, sorry.
Yeah. I got
Be
it.
careful, those plates are hot.
We're all learning here.
Papers for you.
I got it.
Oh, good question, Julia. Does mirin go bad?
Marin, no, I actually, it doesn't have to be in the refrigerator and it will last you a long time.
Because it's got alcohol in it, right?
I have looked into that. The ingredients is water, organic rice, sea salt, koji, aspergillus, or ricide.
I guess I don't know those last few.
Right, me neither, but I
thought it might have alcohol because you called it a rice wine, I thought.
right, and I'm looking at it and I had previously checked and there is no alcohol content in here.
Oh,
Whether in the nutrition facts or down here where it usually says a percentage of alcohol, it does not. So it must be a fermentation process of the brown rice.
Oh, there you go.
The brown rice and the koji and sea salt.
We'll get a wine glass and taste it all.
Joanne said, darn. Oh, you kill me, Joanne.
She could always add a dry Riesling to it instead.
Don't go ruining your patty with that red wine, though.
Yeah.
You can drink, it'll be good, better to drink it with your patty.
How's
That should make you
everybody's
hungry
patty
and thirsty.
now?
Sorry, Alex, what was that?
Oh, no, I didn't mean to interrupt. I apologize.
No, you're
I was
fine.
wondering how everybody's patties are coming out.
You know, it's a good time now to make a side salad or prepare your toppings or whatever you want on the side. This is a good time.
I
for
think most everybody's cooking their patties at this point.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So.
Thank you guys for your help.
Yeah. Julie was wondering if the patties get firm when they are cooked.
If they get burnt?
Firm. Sorry.
Firm. Oh, yes, yes. Sorry.
I figured. Yeah, don't burn them. Check your patties. Did you set a timer on yours, Tim?
I did not actually.
No, we did not, yeah.
I'm gonna assume we've got 4 more minutes.
4 more minutes to flip, you mean?
Yeah.
Right, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Alex usually eyeball things, so I apologize.
That's
Yeah.
all right. That's
For
all right.
And another key thing is that you start smelling whatever you're cooking. That's a key that, hey, it's about there.
Okay, good. Good to know.
I wonder if anybody, so we're doing mushrooms and onions on top, if anyone has anything unique on the side they're gonna do or different on top that they're gonna do.
Yeah, you're gonna flip it halfway through, Julia. Correct. Sorry, y'all. Maxine said, had 4 pretty patties ready, turned around to find the separate container of ground oatmeal. Now I have 5 patties. Awesome.
Yay!
More the merrier.
Yeah.
I'm glad you found that.
We're gonna make quite a few here, I think. We made more than all of you probably, so we might have.
Got to feed the co-op crew.
No, see.
Jennifer, one of our Jennifers, because there's more than one, said, I am chilling the mixture. They were too mushy and hard to form. So I added a ton more oats and still need it to firm up. I'm letting it chill in the fridge so the oats firm up the mixture. Yeah, that should work. The general cooking time, Jennifer, should be about 25 minutes, and you're going to want to flip them about halfway through. But you know, we all have different ovens,
That's
so
okay.
I'll say
At
give or take.
350, right?
No, 375.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm having a horrible time getting the patties the right consistency and getting the food processor to work. I apologize.
You're fine. I don't think you're alone, so don't
I
worry.
put ours in the fridge, Jennifer, for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Just
I think I'm gonna do that with the rest of mine. I can't get it to firm up.
Yeah.
It's because I broke it into 3 parts in the food processor.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. I
If you have any
see.
questions, let us know if we can
Sure,
help.
it's my fault.
It's all a learning process.
I apologize for.
No, you're fine.
All right. Okay, so I have chopped already all my mushrooms. Mhm.
I added some more flax seeds to thicken up my,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank you for that.
Does that work? Did that work for you? I have flaxseed.
yes,
Yeah,
Great, thanks.
give it a whirl, Jennifer.
I will.
I mean, even any other flour you might have at home would work to soak up the liquid.
Sure. And I was going to say thanks for that, Richard, but that didn't sound like a Richard. But that's
All right.
great because we're probably not cooking alone.
Right. So I'm reheating up my pan here on medium. Kind of medium, not too high, just on medium. Just
Okay.
enough for my pan to get really hot.
Awesome.
I have what is this called? No, sorry. No, but
Mixing bowl?
stainless steel. So I have a stainless steel pan, and that's where I'm going to dry saute my onions and my mushrooms, which means nothing in it. I let it get really hot. And one way to test it, which I learned on my class, I took a class, a plant-based class online, and they said you let it get nice and hot, and you grab a little bit of water in your hands, and when it creates like a marble that's dancing around the pan, that means that your pan is ready. It's
Oh,
hot
okay.
enough.
Cool.
Otherwise-
Somebody asked if they could use cast iron.
Yeah, just because a cast iron usually, I believe it needs a type of oil you know, something for it not to stick, because I have used it before without any oil and a lot of my things stick to it. But maybe mine wasn't seasoned enough. If yours is super seasoned and you take care of it very well, it might work. Give it a try. Definitely.
Yeah, it might. And back to the patties, Julie was saying hers weren't firm until she started cooking them. And she also said the wet hand modeling and cooking takes care of extra moisture. And then,
What was that called? I'm sorry.
oh, Julie had said hers wasn't firm until she started cooking the patties. And she said the wet hand modeling and cooking took care of a lot of the extra moisture.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then Jennifer said a potato masher would work on the beans, plus adding the oats without blending allows it to be formed immediately instead of refrigerating the food processor mixture. She says that's the method she's used before, using no food processor. And she said the old recipe I used did not use the same ingredients in this class. Many recipes can be found online. These classes are fun and I appreciate you guys. Thanks, Jennifer. Sorry, that was a long one.
Thank you. Thank you for reading that.
Yeah.
My pan is pretty hot, so I'm going to add my onions. I can hear the sizzling already.
All right. So if your pan is hot, go ahead and add your chopped onions.
You can add some like pepper if you want, a little bit of coconut or date sugar, a teeny bit of salt if you like. You know, anything you want to season it with.
But the only thing in the pan right now is onions.
Yeah, the only thing right now is onions. So I'm sort of letting it get translucent a little bit before I add the mushroom,
Okay.
just to get some color. That work? Perfect. So, let's see. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Alan. So as you can see, my onions, they're not sticking, they're just dancing in my pan.
Nice.
And one thing that this is an all clad pot. This is the brand is all clad. This pan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's worked beautifully for me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But any stainless steel pan like that should work, right?
We hope so. I went through a couple of pans, and this is the one that has worked for me for dry sauteing, for plant-based cooking. But hey, anybody else might get lucky and find the right pan. This was just the one that worked for me.
All right.
Yeah,
how's it smelling in there, Tim?
What's that?
How's it smelling in there?
Smelling great.
I bet.
There's a lot going on. We got onions, we got patties cooking.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Just thinking about the smell is making me hungry.
Hey, I'll save you some food.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Tomorrow.
There you go.
Awesome. I will scarf it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think we're gonna have plenty.
Jamie said that she just flipped her patties and they look amazing.
Oh,
Yeah, we just flipped ours too. I should have said that.
wonderful. Thank you for letting us know.
So if your patties have been in 12, 13 minutes, you should probably think about flipping them now.
Yep.
So I'm gonna let, excuse me, my onions keep sauteing until they get a little brown. And then I'm gonna add my mushrooms. If you see things start sticking a little bit or getting a little dark, it's okay, because that's where the marin comes in, or your broth or water, whatever you choose to use, because that's gonna act as a deglazing, where all the flavors are gonna come out of the pan, and you've got your sauteed veggies, or whichever things you decided to use.
So you're going to throw the mushrooms in when they get a little browned and translucent. Is that right?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the bottom of my pan is starting to get brown. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my mushrooms.
All righty. A hearty pile of shrooms.
Yeah, we have Paul, Saya, and Tim doing some teamwork on the patties. I appreciate it.
Awesome. It takes a village.
Sure does, especially that recipe.
Julie said, I like a man helper. Well, then you'd like my kitchen because I essentially help my wife cook.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I know how to make salads and sandwiches, and
Good, hey, that's good.
I have my roles.
Anybody have any questions? Any other ideas we could use?
When do you add the wine or the oil, whatever? I have to sell a wine.
When
Cooking wine.
Yeah.
oh, perfect. There you go. When the mushrooms start getting soft as well, and you start seeing some color, some dark color on the onions and mushrooms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And if in your pan is starting to stick a little too much, then feel free to go ahead and just pour some. And just pour a little bit of it. I ball things. Probably less than 1/4 cup around there.
Okay.
Just enough to create the action of the moisture hitting the hot pan and letting everything out.
Okay.
Do you add any spices to that?
Oh, you're more than welcome. At this point will be a perfect time to add any spices that you want. Yes. I usually
You were saying maybe like some salt and pepper or...
right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I also like to, I don't have it this time, but I like to add a little bit of coconut or date sugar just to give it a little bit of that sweetness and balance the pepper, the salt, the caramel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can relate, Paul. I'm the salad maker in the kitchen too.
Yeah.
Like, how can I help? Let's make a salad.
Yeah.
Hurt my feelings.
Yeah. I follow instructions. Oh, Saya, Julia said you look so beautiful in your rainbow shirt. A true movie star.
Oh, thank you.
But she's going to be a famous artist when she grows up because she likes to draw. Right, Saya?
Just save those days.
Yeah. So it looks like my mushrooms are creating liquid because the water from the mushrooms start coming out as it heats up and cooks.
Sure.
So nothing is sticking yet. So I'm gonna just keep cooking it until I get a nice color on the mushrooms. If you like your mushrooms more on the raw side, you can stop now, add your cooking wine and mix it, and then for a little bit so it cooks up some of the alcohol if that's what you're using, and put it aside.
All
Ready
right.
for burgers.
So would you say your mushrooms are sweating?
Yes, that's the right word.
We've heard that one on here before. I can't say it.
Oh, perfect. Yes. Yeah, my Spanish first language sometimes doesn't let me think fast enough to say something in English.
One thing I don't know in Spanish is sweating.
Sudar.
Sudar?
Hi, Wendy. Yeah, sudar.
Gracias.
Yeah. I put the temperature on like a medium high, which that's a good one.
So you probably got to keep stirring them at that kind of heat.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
another yummy way to put in this mixture, especially for pasta. You can grab some garlic, fresh garlic or powdered garlic with some vegan butter. It would be delicious on pasta.
Oh, yeah.
You can add some greens, some veggies, asparagus or kale, anything.
Nice. Julie asked, what is vegan for bacon?
I'm sorry?
She said, what is vegan for bacon? I'm not sure.
Like an alternative of bacon, she means maybe?
Maybe.
Well,
yes, she said. Correct.
yes. Okay. Let's see. A lot of people they could use a thinly sliced tempeh, tofu.
Oh, yeah.
Even eggplant, coconut. There's a lot of choices. So depending on what your like is.
Sure.
Yeah, the coconut I'm not too intrigued with. So I slice my tofu very thin. And also like bacon bits. There's like soy protein that you can chop up and you can marinate with some liquid smoke or smoked paprika.
Oh.
And let that marinate for a while and then you cook it off and it tastes like bacon bits.
Yeah, it's like vegan bacon bits.
Yeah.
Nice. I like the eggplant idea. That sounds good.
They make tempeh baking by 3 days.
Oh, right, that's true. There's a brand. Yeah, the co-op has it here in the refrigeration aisle, the freezer. Two items. Oh no, the frozen bacon. Yeah, thank you so much. There you go. So now the bottom of my pan is starting to get a little brown. Let's see if Ellen, there we go. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
See that right there?
Oh, yeah.
So at this point, everything is turning a little brown. And that's what I want to start seeing because I want to deglaze that. So I'm going to do the effect. And I'm sorry if the camera gets with all the smoke.
Good. Steam us up. That's all right.
You're going to change camera? Okay. Before I do the deglazing?
Oh, there we go.
Okay,
Thanks,
ready?
Alan.
Okay. There we go. See that bubbling going on?
Oh, yeah.
Now that's starting to clean my pan. Yeah, so you're mixing.
All that good stuff.
Mhm.
Excellent flavor.
Nice.
Perfect. There you go. So that right there, look at my pan, how shiny it is.
Oh, nice. That's incredible.
Yeah, and it's interesting, the mirroring. I had asked the instructor, I said, if I could use this instead of a cooking wine. And he said, yeah, that would be great because it doesn't have alcohol. So I was a little skeptical, but once I used it, the flavor of the mushroom and the onion was it was delicious. It was
awesome.
Yeah, so it was a really good find.
Jennifer R. said, my friend uses carrots as bacon in her soul food truck. Interesting.
Oh, yes. And the carrot hot dogs too are really good.
Oh, I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
Julia said, thank you for this. I learned a lot. You rock.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yep. So there's my onions and mushrooms and a plain pan. I didn't have to use oil, butter, or any other thing. You deglaze it with even water if you like to. It'll do the same thing. It's just that this adds this phenomenal flavor.
So the pan browned a little, but then you added the mirin and it kind of cleaned it up.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's probably cleaner than how it was before.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, wow.
It's shining now.
Yeah. There we go.
Well, it probably pulls all those flavors back into your mixture.
It does, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
So we're probably getting to a point where people might be pretty much ready to go, right? They might be building their burgers and
yes,
maybe eating at this point. Who knows?
Right. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and check on these patties.
I think we can make a burger actually.
Oh yeah, look, perfect.
Let's do it.
Show how they look. Oh, perfect.
We'll show off our finished patties. I'm gonna get some buns ready.
Nice. And Suzanne and Emily said, thank you so much. It looks great.
Oh,
and Jamie said, thanks. The mushrooms and onions are amazing. Oh, 1 second, Alan. Let me go back to speaker view. I was looking at everybody's. Okay. Thank you.
Oh. They smell pretty good.
They smell good, yeah.
Joanne said, thank you. Yummy. Goes great with red wine too. Of course it does.
Right.
What food doesn't go good with red wine?
Perfect.
That might be the Argentine in me.
I think we finished all the mixture for the patties.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
We made 10 patties with our mixture.
Wow.
That's what I was going for.
Pretty awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Incredible. Oh, nice work, Angie. Send me pictures, everybody, please. You have my emails in your Zoom confirmations. Nice work, Angie.
Thank you, everybody.
Julie said Paul is coming over to eat.
All of you for doing what you did today. You just created.
Thank you, Little Plant.
So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Alex. Thank you, Saya. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah.
And of course, thank you, Tim and Alan at the co-op, of course, too. Angie said, thank you. Looking forward to another delicious meal.
All right.
You guys never disappoint. Thank you.
Thanks, Joanne.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, of course. Getting lots of thank yous here. One with some praying hands, or are they meditative hands? I'm not sure. It could go either way.
We're gonna go eat. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks, Jamie. See you, Dana. I know he's back there somewhere.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Penn said, looks good. Thanks. Thanks, Penn.
Yeah, thank you, Tim. I think that's really nice.
So how are the patties doing in the?
Good. Yeah, we're gonna put the next batch
Oh, cool.
in 6 minutes.
Right.
I think they're
Awesome.
gonna wake one up. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
We're done
So
here pretty much. We're just waiting on some patties for the co-op crew.
cool. So
Right.
if people want to watch Alex plate, stick around. If you want to go eat, we don't blame you, and we don't want your food to get cold. So please enjoy.
Sauce looks good. What is that sauce?
Oh, yeah, that's the sauce that I make in the food truck. Is the herb sauce, which is also it's there's an ranch sauce in the Dr. Greger's book. There's so many options that you can do here, but I decided to grab the one from the food truck because I already made it.
Look at all the greens.
Yeah.
Those Myrtle Glen green? No, Valley Flora.
Yeah, Myrtle,
Yeah.
Michigan Dam.
Nice. Yeah, Myrtle Glen greens.
Yeah,
So.
those look good. Can't go wrong with Myrtle Glen or Valley Flora greens.
Right. Yes.
Where are the microgreens?
These are from Wendy.
Wendy, Oregon microgreens.
Yeah, Oregon microgreens. Yes.
Wow.
It looks exactly like what I would get at their food truck. It's like
Nice.
Oh, thank you, Paul. I forgot the
mushrooms.
the mushroom.
I was gonna say you didn't put your toppings on there.
I know, right?
It's always a good thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Man,
Yeah.
that looks like a hearty burger.
I just love mushrooms.
Yeah. And if I'm making a mess here, it's because when you take a picture of it, the mess just makes it, you want it, it's.
Definitely.
Falling off.
Yeah.
It's good.
Often the sloppier a meal is, the better it is. I mean, if you think about it.
That's true.
Right. There we go.
That's picture worthy.
Definitely.
Right there. All right. Alan, where do I take that to you?
Just if you hold it right there, and I'll take a picture.
Oh,
You can all get in there, Saya, if you want to get.
Yeah, get in there, Saya.
3 and 2. Nice, got it.
Can we get a close up of the burger?
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
Step up burger.
Oh, right.
Floated right there.
Nice.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, y'all. You might end up finishing that with a fork.
Right.
A big meal out of it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
There.
Nice job.
Yes.
Nice job, Alex.
Thank you,
Once
guys.
again, awesome job.
Paul, good job.
Yes, Saya, awesome work.
Paul at the library, good job.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
back at you, Tim and Alan. Couldn't
Thank you
do this
all.
without my co-op partners. Susan, Richard, Penn, Jennifer, how are you guys doing?
I'll figure it out. Thanks.
I can't tell if my burger is done.
Alex, we can't tell if our burger's done. How do we know?
If the burgers start getting brown, a little brown, toasty. Yeah, the
It's
golden brown.
toasty on the top and on the bottom, but it's still damp in the middle.
I think probably if it's heated and a little bit crispy, you're probably good.
Yes,
So
because,
moist
yeah.
is, it's like you want a burger to be moist. Like that.
Right.
Is it hot in the middle?
Yes.
Yeah, so you should be good because there's nothing raw that's gonna affect you. It's all cooked. So
it's like a real burger. It might be a little juicy in the middle.
yeah,
Okay.
but without it getting you sick, probably with the animal product.
Well, yeah, of course.
Right.
An added benefit.
The onions and the mushrooms were delicious.
Thanks
Yeah,
for that.
good. Yes.
Penn said, looks good, thanks. Now she's looking for her husband to eat. Good luck, Penn.
Okay. Remember, she comes out fast. Okay.
Good job. Is that gonna be your burger, Saya? You're gonna eat one, right?
She is. Oh yeah.
Gotta feed the cooks.
Really?
Yeah, make sure you all. Last time you all generously passed it up. Should be dinner.
Right. I know. Then we went and try to eat a frozen meal.
Oh God. Right one.
Yeah, and if you guys weren't with us last month, you definitely want to check out the vegan shawarma bowl. It's on the library's YouTube channel in the community cooking playlist. But the sauce and all the vegetables and stuff that went in there, just amazing.
Oh, thank you. This is for me? That's very nice of you.
Yeah, that is
You don't
nice.
need gluten-free,
Thank you.
right? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and make it gluten-free for Alan right now.
Okay.
You need this room?
No.
No. Oh.
Sweet. And thank you for accommodating our videographer.
Yeah, thank you.
We got to keep that man fed.
Yes.
Right, Saya?
Awesome.
Cool. Well, if everybody is good, we might go ahead and sign off here soon. Jennifer, do you need any more help?
I'll figure it out. Thanks.
Are you sure you don't have any questions?
No, there's nothing that can be done at this point. It is what it is.
Did you put it in the fridge?
I did.
So that should probably thicken it up, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Okay.
It should
Thank
be good.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Awesome. Well, thank you so much once again, Little Plant Food Truck. Alex, everybody really appreciated all that. Thank you.
Well, thank you guys so much. And I will take an easier recipe next time.
Cool. Yeah, we'll have you back anytime.
A one-pot meal.
Okay. We'll take it. Bye, Saya. Thanks so much for cooking along tonight. We appreciate it. Okay. Take care, everybody.
You too. Thank you.
Enjoy your burgers. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, take care.
Thank you.